Good morning. Now it looks like I have a black eye. It usually does after a while, but it means that it is actually healing, weirdly enough. So that was an intense infection that pretty much kind of shut my whole body down. I have been itching and I have like rashes and stuff. And it can get that when I get highly stressed, or I wouldn't say don't take care of myself, but the pressure is too much for me. And as I said in a previous video, when I need to take care of myself, it is like brutal take care of myself. It is like it's such a high level of like healthy living that when I'm stressed or my kind of foundation isn't stable, there is no way that I can kind of reach that high of discipline that's needed for that to have any effect on me. So that is why sometimes it's just it gets irritated or it gets and yeah uh, I needed a break yesterday. I tried to do a video, it just didn't oh my god, it just didn't. No. As a Virgo rising, I'm supposed to embrace not being perfect, not showing up perfect. Nothing can be perfect. So I'm trying my best, as you can see. um where was I? This little accident happening issue situation has come out to be a bigger lesson than I thought it would be. When you are in the middle of it, you often don't see it. You often just need like the solution and need it not to be. Basically, it creates so much chaos, it creates so much emotion, stress, um like high blood pressure, like everything is like danger, and you just want it to pretty much end. But you need to sit with it and you need to learn how to breathe. Yesterday was a breathing day, um, to learn how to breathe, because I have a tendency to stop breathing in situations like that. I go in therapy. I said that in a previous video, and therapy right now has been doing wonders. And Saturn moving into my 8th house in a month really is digging deep and try his he shows me that he wants me to kind of find all these tiny clues that is in the events that is happening around me, how it lays down and why it does in a way that it does. That makes sense. And therapy has really helped with that. I've spoken about it, and I've spoken about certain people and what I kind of get from it. And she said something about abandoning wounds, because when I spoke about the situation, some people have been very helpful and others have taken a step back. And we spoke about that. And helpful doesn't mean money. Helpful can be in any other way. Like been there for me, but they can't financially do anything. And that is obviously fine. But we spoke about it and how it made me feel and what went through my head, like observing people at this time. And we came into abandoning wounds, which I found interesting because it's interesting when you put like a label on something, when you can't really grasp what your issue is and why it shows up as it does. And abandoning wounds is because I said that, okay, I was very honest, very vulnerable, very clear. Like this is happening. This is a reality. This is danger of it, and I put it out there so that we all agree on, obviously. What I did notice was that a few people, which is their right to do so, I don't judge anybody in this situation at all, but they took a step back. And the therapist said that, well, maybe they see you as a very independent person that can take care of this by yourself, and it's very resourceful, and it's very just. And I just said that, yeah, that sounds very lovely, absolutely, which also is true. I usually get through very difficult moments in my life, and I have so for most part of my life. It is just that I'm not so sure that I like that energy of people taking a step back and see if I will make it or not. It's like if I feel like I'm standing in a room of people that know me for some reason. They see that I'm drowning, and they just stand there and, well, we see if she can survive by herself, or if she can just drag her up from the water by herself, or if she can do it, you know. And that just hit me during the the session, or what you call it. I would never do that. It's not in my personality to do such a thing. And I think I need to reconsider that. It's not their fault. I get it. I mean, you take a step back and you watch someone drown. I get it. And if she doesn't, then we can cheer her on, and then we can move closer again, and we can do all the things again. It's just that that person that actually almost drowned see everybody else in a different light this time. And that is where I am right now. I did not think that this situation would be so deep for me. And so, childhood, where does this come from? I would never do a similar thing myself. I need to fix things for people, or I need to save them, or I need to pour in energy of, let's figure this out, let's try to save you, basically. I would never stand in a room and see someone drown and not have at least the feeling of, yeah, I really would like to kind of reach out and see if I can in some way drag her up. Or everybody else, obviously you can stand and watch, but I don't have that in my core. And I think that the universe kind of shows me that, yeah, you need to start to have that you take a step back and you actually can see someone drown. Um, that is going to be extremely difficult for me to do, I have to say. And meet people basically with their own energy. And now I'm speaking about people, these kind of people that took a step back. Um, and yeah, let's see if she saves herself. Um, because I have a past where that in my childhood I kind of took care of my family. I was the stable one. I was the one doing my homework. I was the one driving everybody. I was the one making sure that we met up or that we spent a lot of time together. I sat and kind of called everybody and picked them up. And when everybody needed like someone to talk to, I was the one they called. I was everybody's kind of dumping ground because they don't want to go to therapy themselves. Because why we does we need why do we need therapy when we have you? So all these like problems and emotions was kind of dumped on me, and I wanted to fix, I wanted to solve, I wanted to kind of help people, I wanted to be there for everybody, and eventually I get burned out. And the funny thing is, and I took a step back from my family because they were pretty much drowning me, and when I needed help, everybody disappeared, and they had this energy. So I remember that energy now after I have been through this little ordeal. Um, they took a step back and kind of, yeah, let's see if she kind of drags herself up, or if she, but if she drowns, well, that's sad, I guess. It was her own fault, though. I guess that is what went through their mind, and that is also what I think is going through everybody else's mind. Well, if she drowns, that was too bad. Or some people probably think it would be fun to watch, obviously, because that is entertainment. Um, but I used to pour so much energy into my family. As a Cancerian, family is important to me. And when I fell because of the pressure, the burnout, the everything that was kind of draining me, they disappeared, and had that mindset of, yeah, let's see if she drags herself up again, or if she drowns. I'm guessing that no one would have cared if I had drowned, if things actually had gone really, really bad for me, that I couldn't manage through at all. I don't know. Last year, everybody reached out again and wanted, do you want a relationship again? And I really tried, because everybody kind of put it on me to, and they said, well, you better behave or be nice or be whatever it was. And the thing is, I'm always nice. I'm always extremely well behaved, um, and stable, and I care. So obviously I picked up on all the, I spend a lot of time with my family. I was the one actually doing that. So I know these people. I know the people they have around them. I could pick up old discussions that we had. And I asked about friends, and I asked about, stuff that you do. Um, and obviously, my sisters and family um, kind of thought that, well, this is going well. The thing is I can't. I've said this to people before. I'm not a forgive and forget person because I can't. And I noticed that very clearly. One of my sisters became extremely upset with me and said that, or it was like she sent it a very sharp message of, if I can't like have a normal discussion or something. And I never responded to it because I just felt I can't. I just can't deal with you. It has always been what's in it for me type energy from her. She has kind of pointed it out, but can't you see how this affects me? And that's sad, I guess. But I learned so much from that experience that today, when I see people, because we spoke about this in therapy, that taught me how much I actually put into people, how much energy I listen, I solve things, I understand things, I pick up on things. I'm very sensitive. People want my energy, they want my. You usually feel very safe. One person said this to me a long time ago. It feels like everything will be all right as long as I'm there. It feels like I bring a calm energy to very tense conflicts or very tense environments. Like I have a healing presence in some way. And I realized that people don't match that. People don't meet up with the same. And I need to learn to match people's effort in me. And this is not about the money. I'm not talking about the money. It is the mindset of it. Let's see if she drowns or not. That is what we actually spoke about. And she said, obviously, that yeah, that is abandoning mood. And I didn't know that I had one. So I need to figure that out. Do I need someone to save me? Obviously, that is not, I'm very independent, and obviously, that is not something you like. But like grabbing, like reaching out or grabbing like something that I could kind of hold on to, if you're taking that picture into like something that not just stand and watch. Let's see if she drowns. Do you get what I'm saying? It's, and I don't judge people. She said, you are picking out who you are going to put energy in moving forward. And I was just saying, yeah, that is exactly what I'm saying. And it's sad because some people I would have moved forward with doing so much for. We spoke about that too. In my mind, I was going to help this person so much in the future. I was going to like if they ever needed something, it was like a done deal. Now I'm hesitant. And she said, no, you are taking care of your energy. You are preserving because you know that they wouldn't match it. And that is so true. It has become really deep. And I see people differently this time around. And I'm either sad or happy about it. It is what it is. um, I have going to have a hard time kind of doing the same towards people that have done, like, taken a step back, because it's not in my personality to do so. But I think I'm going to have to. And that is something I'm going to have to work on with my therapist. To, like, nope, I'm so not going into that. I'm not getting dragged in. I'm not helping. I'm not watch someone drown. I don't know. Sounds brutal. Um, but at the same time, like, matching, it's not punishment, because people usually come up with, oh my god, you're punishing me, or you this, that, and then it doesn't isn't punishment, it is matching another person's energy towards me. So I don't put in 100% into someone that would literally watch me drown. That is what this issue actually have come to. And I needed time to process this yesterday, with all the, like, infections and the itchiness, and all of it is just. And when it comes to the company that is handling my invoices and all of that, that has become I needed to tell them to actually get a move on. I needed to kind of take ownership of the everything eventually. And that is not what they are for. They are for to be that stable environment when I actually can be sick, and they take care of all of that for me. So it did sink into me that I need to close this out. I need to not rely on a company like that any longer, and I need to do it by myself. And I've learned a lot. I have I think a stable foundation now to kind of move on, like, on my own. um, I know what I need to do, and know what kind of like tools I need to have. um, that thing is moving forward. It took them 1 month. um, they say that they have done a lot of stuff. I don't know if that is true. I don't trust them any longer. The trust has been broken, definitely. So they're working on it, but it's like a little too late, I have to say. I just want it to be finished and gone, and then I can move on from it. Um, it is what it is, I feel. Um, I think that they should have been done with this errand a long time ago. If it takes Försäkringskassan to handle an errand like this in 4 weeks, they should have done it in 2. I'm just saying. So that is where I get the processes and structure you have, but like, the delaying of it were not okay. And putting people in a situation where they kind of counted on you, and you kind of hold on to a structure and a process, even if you know that you have fucked up this time around. That, I think, is my main issue here. You know you effed up, and yet you still hold on to your own structure instead of fixing it. And I think that is the trust for me that has just, it's just gone. Because you take accountability and responsibility for your deal of the issue, and they haven't. So that I think is my main. They just try to delay or, sweep it under the rug. Um, and as I said, I'm kind of nice. I would never. I I burned out a while, so I did send a very sharp message or an email that, okay, I need a timetable now because I don't know what you people are doing. I need to know when you're actually going to do stuff and not just not answer any emails or not answer like questions. And when I send an email, I get an email back 1.5 week later or something. So I think that is where I am at with that company and that experience, I have to say. Yeah, so I think they need some pictures of the farm at the stable and the place where the accident happened. So I said that, yeah, I can take those pictures and send them. So I'm going to the stable today and see if I don't know what kind of pictures they need. It is for, I don't know what it's called in English, but it's Miljöverket, I think, because of the accident. I don't know where they're going with that, if it is like an investigation or something. I don't know. I don't ask. I don't know if I actually care either. um, and that was it, I think. I need to find Ville's what do you call it? Like machine you cut his coat with. I think it is at the bottom of that box. I managed to grab his like scissors and grooming kit. I didn't take down the box. I tilted it and I kind of grabbed what I could. I wonder if it is in the bottom of that because he needs to get a haircut. He looks like a little troll and he's starting to get warm, and his coat is like tangled up, and so that I am going to try to figure out. If it's not going to be today, then at least in a couple of days, I hope, so I don't procrastinate now. I need to move forward. Tomorrow I have like taking up this and I'm looking forward to it, but they say that it will be like ride your bicycle without training wheels, so that will be fun to see how that is going to be. I can use it, I can open doors now, I can do stuff, but it comes with like aching afterwards, so it's not like pain free. It aches and sometimes a sharp pain just cuts through when it's too heavy or too difficult, or I can't really like use my arm in the way that the motion wants me to. Then it kind of protests, but other than that it's starting to heal and be fine. Yeah, I think that I started to apply for new jobs, and I found one that I really would like, but we'll see if anything comes out of it, or when I would start in that case because of the sick leave. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to like looking ahead and see there is slight light over there about a new job, and in yeah, on the job front, let's just say that. And that I'm looking forward to, but it is like a moving forward. I need to kind of end this. I need to file this so I then can move forward. But it would be to something good. It would be to something that I would feel like you belong here, where you and it is for the long haul, and it is building something that can last and that is stable and that I feel I wouldn't be abandoned. And that also would slowly turn out to be, um, I don't know if I maybe I should just cut in the picture of the reading I actually did on this job. I don't know if it's going to get if I'm going to get it, but it did show me that there is a light in the end of the tunnel. If it's not this job, then it is like something that is feels like far away, but it isn't that far away. It will become something eventually. So we'll see. Um, it gave me hope, really, and yeah. Tomorrow, Venus is going into Aries, and we are done with Venus in Pisces. And that is a good feeling. You will start to feel like things move forward, and we take action, and I think I've decided who I want to kind of move forward with. And for me, it's very important. Yes, I am independent. I can absolutely take care of myself, but I do have that abandoning wound where I see people that take a step back for whatever reason they have and not reaching out. And that is not going to go away. So I have re-evaluated how I look on people, how I see people. Um, so moving forward, it looks fine. It looks like, yeah, eventually it will just sort itself out. But things have changed, and I don't think that you can ever go back from it. At least from my experience, maybe other people want to argue that, well, I forgave and he forgave and we tried again, and I can't. I've tried, and there is like, I can see people in a different light after I've seen them very clearly. And also what kind of a people I actually do want in my life, and I want to I know that I can depend on them. I know that they are loyal. I know that it's like deep. It's and it doesn't have to be money. Can be. I have friends that I depend extremely on that they are listening to all the things that actually go on in my life. I know she can't be there with money, but she gives time. She gives her energy. She gives like, well, let's look this up, and that is like energy I can match, because I will do the same for her if things get rough. So yeah, it's I want deep connections. I think I want the kind of connections that I really don't have in my life right now, and that I need to start, except for some people, but I need to start finding them. I need to start finding people that take action. They wouldn't stand back and watch me drown, for whatever reason they have, because I know that it will create a distance between us, and that is not what I want. I don't want friendships or people in my life that I have a distance to. That is not, that's not the frequency I'm going towards. I'm going towards like more of a number two house, where the bond is deep and it's teamwork, and it is, we figure this out no matter what. Because I would match that energy, and that is the kind of energy I want to match. I don't want to match, yeah, I'm just standing here and watch you go through hell, and you can do it, you know. It's not in my core. So that I've learned. It feels like in my body, and when we spoke about it, it was just, it feels like a tower moment, but inside of your body. It's just like I see everything so clearly now. What I want, what I need, as like a Cancerian, isn't for everybody to abandon me when things get tough. And I think I'm going to end it there.